Hey, it's the Ultimate Handyman. Today I want to show you how to lift a sliding glass door onto a second-story balcony all by yourself. So to do this job, we're going to need some lumber. So I went to Lowe's and picked up a bunch of 16-foot 2x4s. Depending on your application, you might need bigger or smaller. So this is what we're doing with the 2x4s. We're basically making a ramp so that the sliding glass door can slide on. I'm going to be attaching two of the 2x4s together on each side of the ramp. And that's going to be like a little guardrail keeping the door in line so it can't fall off to one side or the other. And then in the center, I added some supports, and I added a support on the bottom, and I also measured the width I wanted for the sliding glass door. I left about a ½ inch so that it had some play room to wiggle back and forth. And depending on your application, it could be bigger or smaller. So to pull the door up the ramp, I'm going to be using this Blue Hawk 5/16 inch by 50-foot rope. I got this at Lowe's, and it's rated for 192 pounds. I'm going to be using 3 ropes, so it should be plenty strong to get the door up the ramp. I'm also going to be using this Cam Jam XT aluminum rope tightener. This is going to enable me to pull on the rope and then have the rope lock in place so it can't slide or fall back down. I also bought a boat cleat, but I actually didn't use it for this application, but you could use it if you want to tie off your rope and keep it secure that way as well. So setting up the lifting ropes was super easy. I just tied one end to the bottom of the railing. Then I looped my cam jam through the rope and then threw it over the edge. Now I'm going to set up some lifting straps on the door. I just used some ratchet straps I had lying around. I interlinked the hooks and the circles together, so I make sure it wouldn't come apart. And I used one of the circles on the ratchet strap hook to connect the cam jam. And you can see how the cam jam works. You pull on the rope, and that little cam bites onto the rope and keeps it from going back down in the opposite direction. Pretty cool. So now we're going to start lifting up the door, and let's see how it goes. So I wanted to point this out. I actually made a mistake and rigged the ropes up so they went over the top of the door. And I actually wanted them to go underneath the door, so when I lifted it to the very top, the open part of the door would extend past the balcony, and I can grab it and tip it over easily. So I had to re-rig everything so that the ropes went underneath. And once I did that, everything was smooth sailing, and I didn't have any problems. So here goes the lift. So the lift was pretty simple. Basically, I just grabbed the 2 outer ropes and pulled them up as far as I could pull them. And then I used the center rope as kind of like a safety backup. So lift the door up, pull the center safety, and I just keep repeating that until I get it to the top. So once I got the door to the top of the ramp, I took the end of the rope that I was pulling and I tied it to the bottom of the railing. That way nothing could slip and make the door fall back down. So now all I got to do is lift the door up over the edge. So I just put my head through the open door and just kind of tipped it up on its side. Pretty simple. Most of the weight is just kind of balancing on the railing. And then once I get it over the side, I just slowly bring it down and flip it upright. You could definitely get a helper to help you with this job. Probably be a lot easier than doing it by yourself. I'm a pretty big guy, so it wasn't a big deal. But you know, if you're not strong enough to lift it, definitely get someone to help you out. Yeah, it was pretty relieving once I got the door up in place. I can breathe a sigh of relief. Before you take the ramp down, you can also use it to remove the old door. You just stick the door on there and let it go until it gets stuck. The screen actually got hung up on a big splinter. Whoops. So that's it for this episode. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. If you could do me a huge favor, can you please like, share, and subscribe? And also ring that notification bell so you can see more of my how-to videos. And if you want to see some right now, check them out right here.